Welcome to learning ladder of C language. This is Ten Legal. In this tutorial, we are going to discuss about increment, decrement operators and the logical operator. In C language, there are increment and decrement operators. For increment operator, there are two types. There are pre-increment and post-increment. Similarly, in decrement, the pre-decrement and post-decrement operators are there. These increment and decrement operators are used for counting and decounting the values in the variables. And then the logical operator. In C language, there are three types of logical operators: and, or, not. Let's discuss about this increment and decrement operator. In C language, to perform an increment or decrement operation to the variable, first we have to declare the variable name and then followed by the increments. So if suppose we are specifying the increment operator next to the variable, then it is known as post increment. If suppose we are specifying an increment operator before the variable, then it is known as in pre-increment. Let's show what's the difference between this post increment and the pre-increment. In this program, I am initializing the a variable as 10 and then I am incrementing the a variable and then I am displaying the value. In incrementing operator, the value 1 will be added to the actual value to the a. Now we are getting the output as 11. So this is the purpose of increment operator. Now I am using the post increment operator. Let's see output. The same output is generated. Then what is the difference between this pre-increment and post-increment in the sense? Let's see an example for the difference. Here I am using the pre-increment directly in the printf statement. I am printing the value a. Now let's see output. We are getting 11 as an output. For post-increment, let's see output what we are going to get. Let's compile it. We are getting 10 itself. So this is the difference. I will explain why this 10 was displayed in the output screen. While printing the printf statements, the C compiler will encode from left to the right. So while it's encoding that modular d, then C compiler knows that we are going to display an integer value. Then at the first instant we are specifying the variable name a. So at the previous statement, the a value is 10. So directly without seeing the next operators, the C compiler will display 10 value to the output screen. If suppose we are specifying and pre-increment in the sense, then the compiler first encodes that it's a pre-increment operator and then the variable name. So automatically compiler knows that the value in the a should be incremented and then we have to display in the output screen. So for this reason we are getting an output as 11 for the pre-increment and we are getting output as 10 for the post-increment. So that's the difference between the pre-increment and the post-increment. Now let's discuss about a decrement operator. Similar to the increment operator, in decrement operator also the variable value will be decremented by 1. There are two types of decrement variables operators. They are pre-decrement and post-decrement. If suppose we are specifying the decrement operator after the variable, then it means that it is a post-decrement. If suppose we are specifying decrement operator before the variable, then it is a pre-decrement. So let's see output. Now I am going to compile it. We are getting we are getting output as 9. Similarly, for pre-increment, the same output is expected. Yeah, we are getting 9. So now let's see the difference between the post decrement and pre-decrement. Now I am using a pre-decrement in the directly printf statement. Then let's see output. We are getting 9 in the output. If suppose I am using a post increment in the printf statement directly, then the output will be 10. This is the same reason in the increment operator. While printf statement encodes from left to right, so first it encodes that variable, we have to declare, we have to give an output to the output screen. Then directly the previous value of a is 10, so directly a value will be printed out. Suppose we are specifying an increment decrement operator in the sense, then automatically the printf statement encodes and decrement operator first, so it automatically the value of a will be decremented into 9, and then the value of a variable will be displayed in the output screen. So this is the difference between pre-decrement and post-decrement.